2.5 years of literally walking through hell on earth myself because of this back injury, trying to recover, and all the people that you wanted to be there for you in your time of crisis weren't there for you. But you pose with a Wolverine jacket and a set of snickety snicks on, and everybody loses their damn mind. Alright, legends, welcome along to a swift little update video for you. A little bit of trouble on the horizon, apparently. Now, I love the internet, I love making videos, I love putting content out there, but social media, in particular these days, is really starting to annoy my happiness. There's just always someone out there that's just intent on just getting up your nose and annoying your happiness. This happened the other day, and I normally just let it fly, but there's certain things in life that I just, if you're going to start this, you're out of there. And for me, it is to do with faith and that sort of thing. So I cracked a joke the other night on Facebook and Instagram and a few other platforms that I'm on. And if you didn't see it, this is what it was. If you've been following this channel, I've been going through the whole weight loss thing. Now, you can probably see in this video I am actually starting to lose weight, feeling good in myself, definitely into the single chin status right now. But I did say in a prior video that what I need to do is build the core muscles with the back injury. I have to build them to the point where the muscles are acting as like a cast for a broken leg, essentially. So faulty disc in the back, and I need to build the core. So I've made the crack in the past, then I need to build myself like Wolverine. So sitting about the other night, I thought this will be a funny photograph to share. So if you've never seen this before, I have had this jacket used to hang up in the back of the room here whenever I was doing my movie reviews over on the other channel. So X-Men Origins Wolverine, this is the replica jacket of the one Hugh Jackman wore in the movie. So I thought to myself, it'll be a funny little video or a little skit or something, or not even a skit, a little photograph I should say, to stick on the jacket. This is what I done, posed with the jacket on. I said, I've got the jacket, this was the quote, this was the on top of the post, this was the what was said on it. I've got the jacket, I've got the claws, currently working on getting the body. So everybody had a little bit of a laugh of it, fine and well. A guy pops into the comments and comments scary, and I'm like, hit the like button, and then he comes in and he says, come back to the Lord, Rodney, please. And I've got no problem with that. As I say, religion is something that I don't frown upon. I was brought up in a family where every Sunday I was out to a Sunday school in the morning, went to church after that, then a Sunday school in the afternoon at another place. Brought up in it. I've got a belief in it. There's a big story to that personally for me. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but I just thought to myself, okay, I've drawn the line before when it comes to my faith personally. I like to keep it to myself, more or less. I'm not one of these people that's going to shove it down your throat and that sort of thing. In the past, maybe, yes, to a point, but if you've been following the vlog channel for any length of time, you'll know there is a past there that just was personally very, very hurtful towards myself. And yeah, another story for another time. So yeah, this guy reckons because I have uploaded a photograph and well, the way I looked at it was this here funny photograph. Uh, it meant, you know, you got the jacket, you've got the claws, currently working on the body, which, comparison between Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and how much of a unit that man is as far as physical build goes. And then you've got chunky cheeks here as well. So a little bit of a laugh, but for some reason, this came across to this person as some sort of demonic photograph. And apparently now, as I say, I'm in trouble. Apparently, when the time comes, I'm going downstairs, according to this guy. Yeah, that's just one of those things. I've been on the fence for quite a while now as far as social media itself goes, and I have been actually thinking for a long, long time now, Facebook in particular, is an absolute waste of time. And I just made the decision for me the other night. As soon as this happened, I was just like, I've drawn the line with this person before. I was like, when it comes to talking about this sort of thing, I tend to keep it to myself these days. It's a personal thing between me and the big man upstairs and where I stand at and the whole thing. And there's a few other variables in there as well, but I'm not going to get into that in any major detail on here because I have been testing the waters on a few things, been watching a few things online. And, if I am going to talk about that sort of thing, I'm going to be more strategic about it the next time. There's a real possibility. I'll say this much when it comes to it. When it comes to that subject in particular, there's a real chance in the next 5 to 10 years, perhaps, that you're going to see a bit of a lockdown on that subject and a pushback online. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, right, this is fair enough. This guy is, hands up. I admit he has a point there. He's worried about how someone's getting on the inside. He just wants the best for you to come across that. But I'm a believer. Those through some things you might not think that. So you've got that Wolverine set up there. They reckon, just seen these here, probably reckon Freddy Krueger. Didn't get the reference, obviously. It is what it is. But other things I'm pretty sure he's watching as well. There's a short film that I'm working on at the moment called Tears of the Undead, which is a vampire story. And probably getting judged because of that. So, he reckons this is not the best thing to be wearing, leather jackets and claws and stuff like that there. You're doing vampire movies and stuff like that. And I'm just like, that's another pet peeve as well when it comes to social media, is there's always someone that, and the whole thing in particular, just sort of described to you so far, as a surface level thing. Somebody clicks on to your profile, sees a photograph and just doesn't get the reference to X-Men, jumps on to you, ooh, you're in trouble. And then, of course, you see a short film there that's like a horror, vampire-based sort of a thing. But again, surface level stuff, like the script isn't even finished for it yet. And the ironic thing here, if that is part of it, that script that I'm working on at the minute, I was told once, when you've got a good idea, don't give it away, because there's always someone out there. Just to go off on a little bit of a tangent here on Conclusions, the last short film I did, there was a guy that was watching steady at all the updates I was doing, a fella from somewhere over in England, if memory serves. And he was constantly asking all these questions about it, and I was answering what I could to him at the time. But then he messaged me one night, and he's like, I'd be really interested in reading a copy of the script. If you fancy emailing it to me, just a nice little friendly email request, just to read what I had so far. And I answered him honestly at this point. I was just like, at this stage, I'm about 50, 60% set on what I'm doing. And I would rather not send it out until it's complete. Fully intending at some point to let them read it. Excuse me. But then this guy goes off on one, offended that I wouldn't send it to him, and pretty much admits that what way did they put it? What do you think, I'm actually going to steal your script on you or something like that there? But then since that time, I actually did find out that this was one of these guys that had a little bit of a cash behind him, a few people and a crew and whatnot, and did tend to steal ideas from other people. So I got away lucky in that one. But as far as Tears of the Undead goes, yes, vampire story, yes, kind of horror based, but the story that it's going to tell is based on what happens. Like, obviously, a vampire is a dead person reanimated, the undead. I was going to call it Tears of the Vampire, but apparently there's a book series to that name. But obviously, vampire person, dead, reanimated, whatnot. The film delves in deeply to what happens in the making of this vampire, and the the whole afterlife sort of a thing. Essentially, because he's a vampire, he is no longer getting to heaven because of what he is, essentially, and it delves into his way of dealing with this, and something that he wants to do, that he's, his happy ending in his mind is to do something in this film. But to get that, he has to put the curse onto another person, therefore, throwing them out of paradise along with him. So, the sort of thing where no one fears death more than a vampire, because he knows when he does eventually get finished off altogether, there's no going upstairs, straight downstairs. So that's in the script. It's based on the whole idea of faith in the Christian sense. So, for me, this last few days, this week, actually, why I haven't been uploading is because this has just blown me out of the water, because I just wish that people would actually ask you what's going on, instead of just jumping in there on a surface level and trying to put you on the spot, particularly on social media. And excuse me, and I felt that it was a little bit out of line the way that he did it. After me drawing the line with him before, like, I'm happy to talk about this sort of thing, but when it comes to public, I would sooner keep hold my cards to my chest. But yeah, drew that line ages ago, overstepped it. Had enough of social media, and honestly, I deleted Facebook. I didn't delete Facebook. I deactivated my Facebook account, so the personal one is now down at this point. The Facebook page is for Here's Rotters, and the Sceam, Botty, all the podcast pages, they're down as well. So as far as social media goes, the only thing I'm really working with now is Instagram and Twitter/X. LinkedIn as well, I've got an account there. But yeah, I've just had it with people being idiots. Like proper idiots. Just like, how is snickety snick offensive in any way? It's a comic book character, for goodness sake. Yeah, plus that jacket is damn cool looking. So there we go, a little update for you on what's happening. I have been continuing on the weight loss, and just haven't had enough of. It's just been hard It's been a hard month. It's been a really hard month. Been back at work, working with the injury, painkiller free, of course. And you're dealing with a lot of crazy stuff in the workplace. The stress is involved in there. Then you come out to online and someone's known you since you were a child is coming in there and just getting it wrong from the word go. And the other thing for me was when I'm going through that sort of thing, the first thing comes to my mind, excuse me, I got a touch of the cold coming on. When this happens, when stuff like this happens, somebody overreacts to something completely ridiculous like that. A funny little photograph that just about everyone online found funny. Someone overreacts to something that stupid. First thing comes into my mind is, okay, this guy's known me since I was 8, maybe 9 years old. He's a lot older than me. He's an old man right now. A lot of time for him, a lot of love, a lot of respect for him. But whenever that sort of thing happens, they're going over the top of worrying about your immortal soul, let's just say. And I can respect that. But for me, I'm like, there was a period of my life where I was going through painkiller dependency. Where were all you guys at then? That's why I've got such a problem with talking about faith, spirituality, and all that sort of stuff. It's not that I've got a problem with that or I'm ashamed of any of that there. It's the people that were in that faith family that literally all turned their back on me whenever I couldn't drive, couldn't go to church in the mornings, was branded a backslider, this, that, and the other. 2.5 years of literally walking through hell on earth myself because of this back injury, trying to recover, and all the people that you wanted to be there for you in your time of crisis weren't there for you. But you pose with a Wolverine jacket and a set of snickety snicks on, and everybody loses their damn mind. So, yeah, I've had it off social media for the most part. Going to be concentrating on good old YouTube and my weight loss journey. And in all fairness, the further through I'm getting in this, I'm starting to really enjoy it. The lighter I'm getting, the stronger I'm getting, the less sore I'm getting. But there is a few things there that are problems that are never going to go away. Right, there's your update and a crazy little story for you. So whatever you're doing, stay safe, and I will talk to you in the next video.